If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous, there was less break-ins. Why is that? And the data shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened?
A certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining day. Remember what BLM stands for: burn, loot, and murder.
Yeah, DEI stands for
one of the biggest.
Didn't earn it, just so we're clear.
Can we also acknowledge, due to the laws under Jim Crow, that black people were significantly hindered from economic advancement?
This is a really important question. The data shows not really. Black Americans are poorer today in 2024 than they were in the 1950s. The disappearance of the black father has been the #1 driver of black poverty in this country. At least agree that black dads not being around is a bad thing.
Anyone's father not being around is a bad thing. Starting in the 1980s and continuing onward, there's been a war on drugs. Is this correct?
I like the war on drugs. Blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders, they commit more arsons, they commit more kidnappings. That's not a war on drugs, that's a culture problem. Why are so many blacks committing murders outside of their population? So we've spent $20 trillion on uplifting black communities, $20 trillion, and black Americans are poor. Food stamps, subsidized housing, Medicaid, public schooling, subsidized college. We're talking about $20 trillion that has been spent on the Great Society, and yet black America is poorer, more murderous, more dangerous.
Part of
what does equity mean?
Is
you mean taking from other people?
It's very sad. It's actually sad for real. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad that the people are media is bringing up this all these things now that this guy is no longer alive. It's very sad. And to be honestly speaking, this is my very first time of knowing anybody that answers a Charlie or Kirk or something like that. This is my very first time of hearing this name. I didn't know that this guy exists till the day he was shot dead in the university. But to be honestly speaking, I always tell people, be mindful of your actions. I always tell people, be mindful, very mindful of your actions. I saw a video where he was making a comment about George Floyd, that George Floyd was, resisting arrest, and it was not the police personnel that killed George Floyd. George Floyd died in the course of drug overdose and all that. And I keep wondering, where is the humanity, sincerely speaking, because George Floyd was a father, was also a husband, was also someone's loved one, and the way and manner he was killed was gruesome, was very, very severe and uncalled for. But I keep wondering, why will a human being like Charlie Kirk be saying all the things that he was saying? Like, he was making a comment that was targeting black race, and I've seen several of his videos targeting black race, condemning black people, calling black people names, and making racial comment and all that. And I keep wondering, somebody like this, that this kind of personnel, this kind of personality shouldn't be, what do I know? I'm just short of words. But to be honestly speaking, the way and manner he was killed is uncalled for. No matter how good his action, no matter whatsoever that he did, no matter whatsoever that comment that he made, was totally uncalled for, and nobody deserved to die in such manner, to be honestly speaking. And nobody also deserved to die the way and the manner George Floyd was killed, to be honestly speaking. I want us to face the reality and call a spade a spade. But to be honestly speaking, nobody deserved to die the way he died, And I pray that justice will be, served to the person that was involved, the person that carried out this kind of gruesome murder will be caught, and justice will be served. And I'm standing, and I am sending my condolences to his family, the wife and the 2 kids, and all his friends and family members. But to be honestly speaking, our actions has always consequences. Sometimes our actions goes a long way. The voice, the things that we say with our mouth goes a long way in damaging a lot of people, damaging a lot of lives. And I've said it time without number, most of the time, this is a wake-up call to Africans in America. Africans, most especially in America, wake up. this is the time these people are reminding you of whom you are and where you are coming from. So if you're an African and you always think that you're an American, always have it at the back of your mind that you were an African before you became an American. So always have it at the back of your mind that one day, someday, you'll be reminded of who you are and where you are coming from. So let's, embrace our race, love ourselves, cherish ourselves, and find a way to build Africa and make Africa a conducive continent where we can live and enjoy, life. I'm very, very sorry, to be honestly speaking. His actions, his speech and all the things he said was uncalled for, but the way and manner he was killed is totally uncalled for. He doesn't warrant it. I'm very, very sorry, to be honestly, to the family members, to the parents, and to his two children and the wife. Very sorry, and always know that our actions has a consequences, and the consequences might be severe. So let's take caution and love one another, embrace one another. At the end of the day, all of us, none of us is going to be here forever. I've spent time without number on my live stream and on the video here. And at the end of the day, none of us will be here. None of us will be here. Someday, sometime, we will return back where we are coming from. That is in the land of no return, And at the end of the day, our legacy, the legacy we left behind here, will always speak for us or speak against our people, the people that we left behind. So let's be mindful of our actions and our, utterances that we're making towards people, most especially when we're bringing division, when we're bringing racism towards each other, and when we're bringing, separation and bringing all kind of, saying all kind of things that will make people, that will traumatize people. So let's be guided with our actions. I'm very sorry to his family members. I'm very sorry to his two kids. I'm very sorry to his wife and the member of Republicans, because I believe so much well that he's a member of Republicans and a strong Trump ally and supporter. To be honestly speaking, no one deserves to die in such manner. I understand very well that, a lot of things might have triggered this kind of gruesome murder. In the aspect of George Floyd, the things he said about George Floyd, things he said about black race, things he said about African people in America and all the rest. But nothing can it is justifiable. It's not justifiable to be killed in this manner and in such way. To be honestly speaking, let's face the reality. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next one.